Now we should get much darker as we get around this turn here. This will really give us a test here.
Alright everybody, what is up? What is up? As always, thanks for stopping by to another video today. As you can see, we are here with my Harley Sportster Iron 1200. And today we're going to be starting to take a look at some LED lighting on the front of this bike. So as you guys know, lighting is one of the most important aspects of your motorcycle to be seen on the road. And a lot of times our stock Harleys, at least some of the little bit of the older ones, have always come with some of those really cheap, not bright, inefficient, incandescent light bulbs. So it's always a good idea to swap some of those out for some of your LED options, whether it's headlight, turn signals, front, and back, because if you're riding at any point in time, it's going to help you during the day, but also specifically at night. Get some of those big, bright LED lights so that you can be seen and see things on the road and be safe in all those conditions when you're riding your motorcycle. So to get started today, we're going to be taking a look at this brand new light I have here from the company Nilight. This is an LED headlight for your Harley Sportsters. But before we get started, huge shout out to Nilight. Full disclosure, they did send this out to me for free to test out on my Harley Sportster here. So we're gonna get this thing installed, take a look at it. I'll give you some of my feedback and opinions on the light, but I will give my full honest opinions on this. But again, huge shout out to Nilight. I will have all the information on their company, their website, and their links linked down in the description. If at the end of this you guys are interested in taking a look at this, we will have all that linked up down in the description. But before we get started, as always, let me know your thoughts and opinions and some of the best LEDs you guys are working with out there. I know there's tons of different options, tons of different brands and companies out there with LEDs available across the Harley lineup. Drop your comments down there. Let me know what your favorite headlights are for your Harley motorcycles. And if you have any questions on the new one that we will be installing as well, feel free to drop those down there also. And of course, another question you guys might have for me here before we get started, I do actually already have an LED light on the front of my Harley Sportster, but there is a reason why I was excited to partner with Nilight for this new one. I'm going to let you guys know why I'm swapping out to a new one in the first place. So what we're going to get to here in just a second, we're going to show you the super simple, easy install for headlights on the Sportsters. We're going to show you a little bit of the range of the light here in some darkness, and we're going to take it out on the road and give it a little test ride in the nighttime, see how this thing illuminates the road and our vision for us. Alrighty guys, so like I said, I already have an LED light on here, but there is one specific reason why I was excited to partner with Nilight. Go ahead and switch this thing out because this thing is about 5 years old. I have had it on the bike for quite a while, and after time I've just noticed that the lens starts to get all mucked up, scratched up. I feel like having that lens a little muffed up like that could maybe inhibit some of the light from coming through, maybe dull the brightness of the LED. So after 5 years, I figure it's time to just go ahead, swap this thing out, put a brand new fresh LED on here, and we'll be good to go for another several years. The lights are usually just going to be a simple plug and play. You simply just move the retaining ring right here, pull it out, unplug it, plug in the new one, pop it back in, tighten up your retaining ring, and you're good to go. So that's what we're going to get to right now. So once you have the screw loosened up, you should be able to go ahead and pop off your retaining ring. Now be careful because that light could want to slide out. Set your retaining ring over to the side. And then as we pull out the headlight here, you are going to see the plug mechanism. So you're simply just going to unplug that old light. Go ahead and pull out our new light here from Nilight. Again, remember guys, I will link up all the information on this particular light. This will give you a little bit of a close-up of the light. So then we simply just bring it back to our headlight housing. We're gonna go ahead, get it plugged all the way in nice and tight. Now one thing that I do want to do before I actually tighten everything back up, just go ahead, turn your bike on, make sure it does actually work. There you go, that gives you a look at the light. We know it works, we know we can tighten everything down now. So next up, you do have some wires here that you just want to kind of carefully snake back into the housing. Again, I'm trying to be careful not to touch much of the lens here because we don't want to get any blemishes or oils on there. Once we've got it tight and flush here, we can start to work on putting our retaining ring back around to hold this in place. All right, so we've got our retaining ring back in place, holding the light in. Final steps here is simply just going to be put our screw back in and get this tightened down. And then we'll make some of the final adjustments afterwards to make sure that we've got it completely straight and looking nice and clean up front. Alrighty guys, so there you have it. There is the final install of the headlight. Like you saw, super simple, super easy process if you guys want to do this yourself. So you can see that the new headlight is installed here. So what I want to do is now kind of back it up a little bit, turn some of the lights off, and then we'll take a look at how the reflection kind of comes off on the wall here behind us. Alrighty guys, so we are on the bike now. We're going to go ahead and turn on the auxiliary. One disclaimer first though, I do have kind of a strange headlight setup with the bracket that is currently on the bike. It was kind of hard to adjust to get it lowered and pointed down. It's just a big hunk of metal. So when I first put that new light bracket on, the light was pointed straight up kind of. So I did get it adjusted to where it is down, but when we see this, you are going to see that it is probably a little higher than it should be. I know there is a scientific way to get your headlight adjusted, but we're just gonna kind of eyeball it for now. All right, so let's go ahead and turn the bike on to get the lights, and let's see what type of beam we have here. All right, so that looks pretty good and centered. I like the spread of that. Like I said, we probably need this to be pointed down a little bit more, but I think we're gonna be fine with where it is. That is a lot lower than where it used to be. But as far as the light itself, you've got a pretty good ray and a pretty good spread there. Let's go ahead and hit the high beam, see what that does for us. And our high beam lighting up just a little bit more in the middle there. So that gives you an idea of what the beam and what the ray is gonna look like. But the true test coming up next. Let's take it out on the road at night and see how it does for us. Alrighty guys, so we are out here at night on the road with the bike. We're gonna get ready to head out, actually take the bike out on the road, do some riding here, see how the light does with a little bit of the illumination here that we just installed on the Sportster. I'll do a quick walk around here in some of the darkness in this parking lot, give you an idea of what that looks like from the front, all illuminated up there. I don't know how well this will come through on camera, but taking a little bit of a look out at the beam right there. And so this will give you a little bit of an idea too. Here we are shooting the beam out into a little bit of a darker area. Wanted to get away from some of those lights over there, but I'll move the handlebars around. You can see where the light is illuminating up. Looks like it's giving us a pretty good spread from left to right. Looks like we have a good beam coming straight out ahead that's going to hit right in our sight of vision, but also down and illuminate the road as well. Let's take a look at the beam. You'll see that beam light up right in the middle, which should be good again for illuminating right in our sight of view. So let's get out on the road and really put this thing to the true test. Alrighty guys, so obviously one of the tough things about doing a test like this when you live in the city, it's hard to get out there quite a ways to any back roads to where you can kind of get rid of some of these lights and stuff, but this is a pretty dark road right here. We got a little bit of illumination from those overhead lights there, but I feel pretty good with where you can see as I move around the handlebars. We get darker as we get back here. You can see I'm moving around the handlebars. We have really good illumination of the road from side to side. Now we should get much darker as we get around this turn here. This will really give us a test here. Yep, you can see as I come into this turn, the light is following us right through. I know it usually gets pretty dark back this way, so I really feel good with the illumination of this light. Now see, I'm moving around the handlebars. You guys can see this wide array of light here. We've got it illuminated to the road so we can see potholes and it going up into the air as well to give us that beam that's projecting out so that we can see farther ahead. Of course, one of the most important things with lighting is that safety factor. I feel pretty good about this light here. I feel pretty confident with how this light is projecting off of the Sportster right now. Pretty good illumination through this stretch as well. Let me hit the high beam, and yeah, you can see how way up ahead, check out this fence coming up here. You can see the illumination of the high beam getting brighter and brighter as we get closer to some of these objects. Everything with the light and the high beam, I'm feeling pretty confident with so far on this back road. Alrighty, so we're going to do another run down this road here. You can see the beam helping to illuminate some of the signs over here, showing you some of the warning signs, hidden driveway, deer signs. So that's always good that you've got the reflection coming off the light as well. And then we'll give us another look coming up through this turn here. Yeah, I'd see a good array of light coming through and around the bend and around the turn here, which is exactly what you're looking for with your light. I want it to illuminate from left to right, project out there a good ways so that you can see what's coming up on the road.
any obstacles, any debris out there. This gives you a good shot too. Hit the beam a couple more times while we're out here. Yeah, guys, you can see the beam lighting up all the way out there, projecting way out into the middle of the road. You can see that 30-mile-an-hour sign lighting up. So now, is there other lights out there that are probably going to give you a lot more illumination and brightness and project out there? Probably. I know those Bajas are out there, those Baja, whatever they are, LP6s or something like that, are pretty bright. I know they're also very expensive. So I think if you think about this light in particular, pretty good bang for your buck. You should be able to find this on Amazon, somewhere around $42 to $45. I will link up all the information for Nilight down in the description. Also a link for the individual light itself. We'll have that down there in the description for you guys if you want to take a look at it. So yeah, overall I would say seems to be a pretty good light. I would recommend it if anybody's looking for it out there. Thanks to Nilight for partnering with us and sponsoring this video. Of course, huge shout out to them, but as always, that's going to wrap this one up for now. Ride safe out there, guys. Make it a good one. It's the Moto Jawn. We'll see you all on down the road. Peace.